Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Old Man and the Kids. Sadly, the old man cannot make it today, but that's okay. We got me and a couple guys. We're going to talk about the fights. We're going to talk about the draft and some things that are going on right now in the offseason, the NFL. Maybe touch on a couple other stuff, WWE, NBA, who knows. But let's go ahead and add the boys up in here. Let's add Rob up in here.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Yes,
we got some malfunctions. We got a little bit of a broken camera, but it's okay. We can get the job done.
And then let's go ahead and throw Dante up in here.
Going on, fellas?
Yeah, what's going on, Dante?
Living the dream.
Yeah. I heard you slept real nice in my bed.
Real nice.
So I wanted to start by talking about the fights that happened over the weekend while they're still fresh in our memory.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start off talking about this bang out right here. Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou. A clash of two massive heavyweights, two massive heavy hitters. And really, we just saw the levels to the boxing industry when an MMA fighter steps into boxing, that boxer's most likely going to win. But obviously, vice versa. If Anthony Joshua walked into MMA, he's probably getting taken to the ground and pounded. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But how do you guys feel about both Joshua and Ngannou's future now, whether that be Ngannou in MMA or AJ in boxing or Ngannou boxes again? Like, what are you guys feeling?
I'll start then. For Ngannou, I don't know. I'm kind of worried because we've never seen Ngannou like that. Like that was bad. And like a lot of fighters, it's not the camera. It's broke, man. Like, hey, the phone I normally use is dead. So, but I think Ngannou, like, it's just you don't know how he's gonna respond to that, really.
Yeah.
And AJ, that was the statement he needed. Like his last few fights haven't been up to his standards, so he needed a big knockout, honestly.
For sure.
Yeah, kind of what Rob said. I agree, man. We never seen Ngannou put down like that or get worked like that. It didn't look like Francis was out there. And as for Joshua, I mean, he just made a statement in the boxing world. So,
do you guys think he's ready for the winner of Fury Usyk now?
Yeah. I mean, I say you have to do it because I don't know how many more fights they have left.
Yeah,
it has to happen.
Yeah,
for sure. Now let's jump over to the fights last night. We had tons of bangers. We had Petr Yan doing Petr Yan things against Song Yadong, and then Gilbert Burns versus Jack Mandela. Rob hit the nail right on that one. He guessed that perfectly. I felt like Gilbert Burns was doing good. And then he just dove right into a knee to the face, and it was over from there. But this fight right here, I definitely want to talk about a little bit, which is Michael Venom Page, Kevin Holland.
Mm-hmm.
A very highly entertaining fight. It was, MVP's first fight in the UFC. We were wanting to see how he was going to compete against UFC talent, and I thought Kevin Holland was also a perfect fight for that. And I think he showed out real well in great fashion, entertaining fashion, and he did MVP things,
Mm-hmm.
So how are you guys? First of all, how are you guys feeling about that fight?
I'll start this time, Rob. I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me. MVP surprised me. I didn't think he was gonna come out there and frustrate Holland the way he did and have Holland look a little confused at times, but he did. And in that third round, MVP looked like he was the hungrier fighter and the fresher fighter. And I don't know. He looked really good, and I am excited to see what the UFC brings him because I do like the way he fights.
Okay.
Yeah, I think MVP is like the first fighter to actually like frustrate and get to Kevin Holland because he's usually the one doing that.
Yeah.
It's just I think like thinking about it, Kevin Holland is the perfect matchup for somebody like MVP because to beat MVP, the way he moves, you want to like close the distance, wrestle with him. But Kevin Holland, like you're asking him to do something out of his realm.
Yeah.
So I just think MVP looked clean, for especially for how old he is. He came in, still put on a good performance.
Okay, so let's say that MVP still has some fights, like a decent amount of fights left in him to go, and he wants to go make a run at that title. Who do you think he should match up with next to continue that path?
He's 170. I don't know. See, because like there's a few guys at 170, but like they might like somebody like Marvin Vettori would probably give him problems because of how. Oh, Marvin Vettori's 85. I'm sure. I don't know. We just saw Jack Della Maddalena get a big win.
Yeah.
170. Ian Gary. That would be a crazy striking fight against Ian Gary.
They're middleweight, right?
No, welterweight.
Yeah.
Oh, they are welterweight. I don't know why I thought they were middleweight.
There's a bunch of Shavkat. I think.
What about Colby?
That's what I was kind of thinking. You know, Colby. At this point, I don't think he should get a title fight for a while.
I think Colby got called out by like one other top 170 who just won. Ian Gary.
Yeah, it was
Ian Gary.
Yeah, it was Ian Gary.
Man, I think. Well, now knowing that, I mean, before I was feeling like MVP should fight Colby or Ian Gary, but if they fight each other, then I don't know. Maybe he goes for MVP goes for someone like Bilal. Something like that. Because I feel like that's just a big like entertaining money fight. I feel like MVP is like a big money fight right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about even somebody like Wonder Boy? Right?
Yeah,
that would be a great striking fight.
That would, dude. That'd be nice.
2 karate stances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be very.
Who do you think would be favored?
Dude,
Wonder Boy probably.
I feel like Wonder Boy would be favored. I might ride MVP. Though,
I just don't think
know.
there's a man in the UFC who, if you strictly stand with Wonder Boy, they can beat him. Mm-hmm. Like all of his losses, it's just people take him out of his element.
That'd be a fire fight. It would.
Oh, didn't Gilbert Burns beat him standing?
No, he wrestled him the whole time.
I couldn't remember. But do you think MVP could stand toe to toe with Leon? Or do you think Leon gets him out of there?
I think it would be a puzzle for Leon to figure out. But like Leon just seems like he's on another level right now.
Yeah, we've seen him figure out the puzzle of Usman, which nobody did that for so long. And he finally was the one, knocked him out, beautiful fashion, and then just absolutely wiped the floor with him in the trilogy fight.
Yeah, that fight honestly made more of a statement to me than the head kick.
Yeah, because I mean that head kick, literally up until that head kick, he was getting dog walked. Mm-hmm. Like I when I'm watching it, I was just thinking this is just another Usman win. Which I had thought Usman was going to do that. I mean, I didn't think he was going to get knocked out like that, but yeah. Then after that, we had the Diamond Dustin Poirier he looked really clean, great. I mean, we expected it. Us three, we expected that. I don't know why everyone else didn't, but Dustin went in there. He did what he was supposed to do. You know, that guy, I will say Benoit, that's his name, right? Benoit St. Denis.
Yeah.
He did look good. He beat up Dustin a little bit, but I don't know, Dustin's striking was just too much for him and his head movement and everything, and he took him out. Was it in the second round?
Second round.
Yeah, knocked him out second round.
Early in it.
What do we think Dustin should do now from here?
I mean, bro's right back in title contention, bro. He has to be. Like, he's always there, bro. This dude's just been in wars. And about the fight, like, it's just Bro's just showed his experience, bro. Like
Yeah.
Denise hasn't really. Poirier's been in wars with Gaethje, Dan Hooker, Holloway, fought Connor
3 times.
Fought Khabib.
Yeah. Fought Bill Bronx.
And he just every time he loses, bro, he's just back. Dude. He doesn't go on skids.
So who makes sense for him to fight next if he's ranked number 3 right now?
I could see Oliveira's fighting Armian Sistanas, something like that.
Artem.
Next month. I could see him fighting the winner of that, and then winner of that fight gets a title shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Bill Bronx, if he wins, especially in good fashion, he gets that shot.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
But I mean, we could see though, because Islam was talking about potentially going up to fight Leon.
Maybe he fights the winner of Gaethje Holloway.
Maybe, yeah.
For the BMF.
That'd be sad. I feel like Islam would beat Justin, but I don't know about Max.
Thing is, Islam's probably just too big for Max.
Probably, and he'd be too strong.
Yeah.
Who's the favorite in that Gaethje Holloway fight?
Is it Holloway?
I think
Gaethje.
Wow,
yeah,
dude. Gaethje, he's different too.
I mean, I know he's like that, but I just the best is blessed, baby.
I'm going all the way, but
well,
Gaethje is a -215 favorite opening right now.
That surprised me. I thought everyone was gonna ride Max, but I guess since Max is moving up for this. But let's talk about this main event now. Sean O'Malley, Cheeto Vera. They're now 1-1. Sean O'Malley went in there and
2-0. Actually,
it looked like that. Vera, at first, the first round went exactly the way I expected it to go. Because every fight, even 3-round fights, this dude Cheeto just does not. He just doesn't do anything the first round. He never does. And so I expected that. The second round, I thought he was going to pick it up a little more. I didn't think he was going to go out there throwing crazy, but I thought he was going to pick it up a little more than he did. Then even the third round, he was still not really he started engaging more, but it wasn't really until the fourth round he started actually going for it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he just started way too late. I don't know. I don't know if he just didn't trust himself enough or if he just really couldn't think that straight after that beautiful knee. I don't know, but O'Malley whooped him for 5 rounds. The fourth round was definitely the best round of the fight, but O'Malley just overwhelmed him for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the most hurt that Vera's ever been in a fight, most damaged. And I was wrong, but so you guys can do your boasting.
All right, you can say what you got to say, don't
say. I was gonna talk about something else, but I will say, I think a great summary for this fight was I remember in round 3 with like a minute left, they showed the fighting numbers, and O'Malley had landed more head strikes than Vera had landed in total strikes, which that's just a crazy stat to me to have against you, and it just kind of showcases the type of fight we're having. It was one-sided dominance, and the volume for Cheeto was just way too much. And I think O'Malley showed that when you become a champ, you level up, you really do. And he looked way too good out there, and I think he won every round. And I think him and Ilya would be a great fight.
All right, now, Rohan, talk.
Good, but we'll start with Cheeto. Cheeto always does this where he drops the first round, second round, trying to figure someone out. Mostly the first. Like a lot of fighters do that, but it's just like you can't start that slow against someone who's fighting at that level. Like O'Malley just looks like a sniper out there compared to Cheeto, just picking him apart all fight. Not always going for the big strikes, just keeping fists in his face. So he really could not figure out the puzzle at all. Cheeto's chin is insane though. Like I I don't know how he was standing. That knee sounded
We
like
should've
a
won that.
watermelon being thrown off of a building. Like, it was disgusting.
The commentator
But
said it sounded like a brick hitting a wall or something.
a metal bat or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my question for y'all is, like, seeing this performance from Sean O'Malley, what do you think his ceiling is as of potential?
To be honest, man, I think bantamweight wise, there's only like 3 people I think have a chance to beat him. Featherweight, though, I feel like a lot of featherweights will pose a lot of challenge to Sean. That's if he does go up to featherweight to start, jumping back and forth and fighting. I think the featherweight fights are really where we'll see, on what kind of level he is. Like as a bantamweight, he's champ, defended very nicely last night. He's doing his thing. I think he should fight Merab before Ilya, but I still think he can beat Merab unless Merab's able to overwhelm him with the wrestling and not get caught up a lot.
Right.
And I mean, I think Corey Sandhagen poses a big threat too, but I don't know. I feel like Sean can win that too. And I still think Cheeto in a trilogy has a shot at it. But I don't know. I think featherweight's really where we'll see on what kind of level and what kind of potential he really has with that first featherweight fight.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Morning, Red Jet.
Morning. I have a question. Who's what weight are Gaethje and Holloway fighting at? Because they're two different weights right now.
They're fighting at
55.
light. Yeah.
150.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
He's dropping. Okay. He's going up.
Yeah.
What's he better at, you feel like?
I mean, he was damn near the featherweight GOAT, so definitely featherweight.
Yeah,
until
Volk
Volk came along. Yeah.
Which literally Volk is like the only person at featherweight that can beat Max.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll probably end up seeing if Ilya can do it, but I don't think
I think Ilya could.
I think he could. I don't know. It's tough. Max is such a dog, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He's so good.
Ilya's thing is landing that big shot, but Max has never been knocked down in his career, bro. Not one time. Let alone knocked out. I don't know.
Yeah. Man. I mean,
I'm excited to see Ilya as a champ.
Me too, dude, because I was riding high on him. I'm so happy he got the job done, dude. I was riding high.
I wanted Volk to win, but the way he did it was in dominating fashion. And literally in like the previews that they do for the fights, like hyping it up, he literally was saying, I see myself getting a dominating knockout in round 2 or 3. And then he did it.
Dude, and he stole the belt from Volk before the fight. He was walking around with it.
Actually, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
He knew.
I was so worried, like especially when he took the belt, everything he was saying, how crazy he was going, dude. I was like, if Ilya loses, he's cooked, bro. And then he went in there, knockout is great. It's just great.
I remember that card. Sorry to cut you off. That card that I was just talking about. Robert Whittaker, the Volk card. Robert Whittaker fought right before that. What's next for Whittaker?
Dude, I don't know. That's so tricky right now.
Yeah.
There's like a lot he could do.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is, before him and Duplessis fought, if you ask me who's going to win that fight 10 out of 10 times, I'm going to say Whittaker's going to fight.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
And he got knocked out. But then he just bounced back like he always does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if Izzy's not coming back just yet, maybe run Whittaker Strickland to see who fights Duplessis.
That'd be a good fight.
I feel like Whittaker would probably be champion if Izzy wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone like Alex Pereira would have still came in and beat him, but I don't know. Yeah, I do think Alex Pereira would beat him, actually.
Yeah.
I just thought about that.
And then I got one more.
Yeah, Alex Pereira would probably fuck him up.
I want to hear your guys' thoughts. After this big loss and no defenses, Strickland, what's next for him?
I mean,
Whittaker.
yeah, I think I think that Whittaker fight is very big. I mean, I feel like he's still right there in title contention.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm thinking about it like Alex Pereira's not there, Izzy's not there. You know, I feel like Strickland is now a top guy, like will be a consistently top guy because he's that good. But I think you do the Whittaker fight, and I feel like if either of them fight Duplessis, then I feel like they'll both win, whoever it is, Robert or Sean.
Yeah.
I feel like Sean already did beat him.
No, I don't think so, but it was close.
It
I
was
think
super
just
close. It's probably bias talking because I just don't like Drakus.
real African.
So now we're gonna jump back. Actually, would you rather Sean fight Merab or Ilya next? You think he should have 2 defenses before moving up, or what do you think?
I'm gonna say he should fight Merab, but to be honest, like Merab sold himself. He could have, like, if he fights Ilya, I can't blame him because Merab could have fought Aljo a year, 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
But he didn't want to because that was his friend. So he just kind of sat there waiting.
true that. Yeah, I think he should fight Merab too.
Who are you talking about fighting Merab?
Sean, like we're talking about pretty much because I just don't think a champion should win a belt, defend it once, and then move already. And I feel like that for everyone, even though like I don't like Sean, it's not just for Sean. Like I don't think when Leon was talking about middleweight, I wasn't saying, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea." I was saying, "No, defend the belt again at welterweight at least, and then do it." So yeah, I think you should fight Merab 1st, which I think he can win. So then he does that and goes fights Ilya.
Have Aljo and O'Malley ever fought?
Yeah,
That's what the Superstar Zone came from when he knocked him out, bro.
Yeah.
Aljo's moving up now, though.
Who's
he's
he about to
fighting
fight?
Calvin Cater at featherweight. That's gonna be a banger, dude.
On 300.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited to see how he does at featherweight.
It's his first time. Going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is feather. Damn, I thought he was moving to 55. I forgot how small O'Malley and them are, dude.
Yeah, 35. But I'm ready to move off UFC. I want to talk about this future fight happening July 20th, exclusively to Netflix. That's surprising. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, man. I've been thinking about this all week and wanted to talk with you guys. I wanted to hear my dad's thoughts too, but he couldn't make it today. And so let's talk about this, dude. Jake Paul versus 57-year-old Mike Tyson, dude.
Gonna be 58 by the time the fight happens, I think.
Red Jet saying this is a circus fight, nothing more or less. I mean, I kind of agree. I don't know what outcome we're wanting out of this. Kind of making boxing the joke it's becoming. Although this fight, dude, I just don't. Nobody was asking about for this whatsoever. Like Jake was starting to, open people's eyes, make them happy. Like even though he wasn't fighting the best of the best professional boxers, he was now fighting professional boxers with winning records and starting to now make that jump higher and higher. And then especially throughout this whole time, he's dogging KSI for when he was fighting other YouTubers still, and now he's fighting 57-year-old Mike Tyson.
Here's my partake on it. Okay, I think it'll be pretty interesting just to see, even though like you said nobody asked for it. But thinking about it, like the actual fight, 4 years ago, Mike Tyson had an exhibition match versus Roy Jones Jr. Both like 54-year-old men, and neither one of them particularly surprised me. And now we're 4 years later. Mike Tyson's been in the hospital. He's had a walking cane, and now people think he actually has a chance to be a prime boxer. I just can't see it. I just can't see it happening. And I think Jake is. It sounds weird to say. I think Jake's gonna mess Mike Tyson up.
That's not weird to say.
I mean, I kind of feel like that too. Just the age gap, dude.
The wording is. It sounds weird to say, like the words. Like Jake Paul is beating Mike Tyson. That doesn't sound weird.
But hey, Red Jet, I agree with you because boxing used to be like, especially someone like Roy Jones Jr., they were fighting other top guys. It wasn't this, we're waiting years and years and years to finally see a big super fight. It was, all right, I'm the champion, I'm the best, you're one of the best, you want my belt, we're going to fight. And that's just how it is. That's why so many more people back then, like Roy Jones Jr. had like, I think 6 losses because he was fighting other top competitors. There's nothing wrong with
right. And
nothing wrong with losing.
I was listening to this Joe Rogan podcast yesterday talking about some UFC stuff, or I think he was talking about boxing yesterday. I think he was talking about the Ngannou stuff, and he was saying the reason in boxing there's not as many big fights anymore is because every single big fight is high risk, low reward.
Yeah.
He was saying like, why would you not go and take the money fight for a guy that you know you can beat 99 out of 100 times? Then put your career on line if you're undefeated, fighting somebody else that's undefeated. You know what I mean? He was just saying all these boxers are thinking in the business essence of it. And that's why so many super fights haven't been happening, because they don't want to jeopardize their label and how they look, their image.
See, I like what Red Jet said. I'm not gonna say publicity stunt, but I just feel like they're not really gonna like try to be in there to hurt each other.
Yeah,
I think it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna go to decision. I think Jake probably wins, but I don't think like anyone's gonna be in there to like knock the other person out, because they've been doing like videos together, like trailers, like in person. So like I just think it's like it's so confusing because Jake was on a path to like build himself up.
Yeah.
And then he just completely swerves and fights Mike Tyson.
No, I don't get it. But Red Jet's also saying right here, Roy Jones was that cat. I liked Mayweather until he got flagrant. That's just me, though. I will never really know boxing to save my life. And I mean, that is true about Mayweather. There's so many of his opponents. Like when the fight's finally happening, you're like, this should have happened 4 years ago. This should happen this long ago, because it did kind of feel like he did start to wait and like try to protect his record a little bit, which I think happens way too much now, because you want to make a legacy. You can win a lot of fights and still have like 8 losses, but you're fighting the top of the top guys. There's no shame in it when you're just fighting the best of the best. Now there is shame in everyone. Now, if you lose, they're gonna clown you. But I feel like it's worse now because, like, let's say Ryan Garcia, for example. Who is he really beating? Not really any crazy notable names. And then he finally takes a very elite opponent and he loses. Now, all right. So now it looks like you've just been protecting your record and protecting yourself because you're not that high-level guy.
Hey, man. As crazy as Ryan Garcia is going, bro, shout out to him, bro. He's making the fights happen, though. He's fighting Haney.
He is. I think him and Haney are doing this. Like Haney, the last fight was Paragas. I always forget how to say his name, but that was a big fight. Before that, he fought Loma.
Loma's a beast.
Mean, before that, he fought. I think he fought Kambosos twice. Like everyone wanted to see him fight Kambosos. What did he do? He fought Kambosos. Everyone wanted to see him fight Loma. What did he do? He fought Loma. He's been calling out Ryan Garcia for like 6 years now.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys this, though. Theoretically, if it ever were to happen, if Haney wins this Garcia fight, which he should, which I don't think it would happen the fight after, but if in some timeline we see Haney versus Tank, what's that going to look like?
I feel like I either see we're either going to see, it's going to be like one of two outcomes. In the first 7 8 rounds, we could see Tanks get a knockout or a TKO victory. Or we could see just Devin show that, his foot movement, head movement, his boxing ability is able to get him through someone like Tank for 12 rounds and win in decision. Which right. I'd ride Haney, but that's my guy. That might be a little biased, but that's my dude. I love Haney.
Yeah, you love Haney. I know that, right? Rob?
See, the thing is, fighting someone like Haney, he's just gonna be hard to finish. And like Tank is somebody who does give up rounds because he's got that shot. He's so powerful.
Yeah,
and he can land and he can change a fight really quick.
One strike.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see how Haney looks against Garcia. But
Right.
it's like a pick 'em for me. Like
To pick him.
that's the fight. That's the fight we all want to see though. So
Yeah, it is. That's a super fight. But you don't think anybody would be favored going in particularly? It would be literally dead even odds, basically.
I'd say probably Haney a little bit favored, but
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would favor Gervonta. Like a lot of the boxing community is not really that high on Haney.
well, we're gonna see if he puts on a class, dominates Garcia.
It would, yeah. I think it would be dependent on how he looks previously, right?
I think he is going to dominate Garcia.
I think he will too.
He needs to.
I think Garcia's going to have a really hard time creating offense against him.
How many knockouts does Haney have?
Not
Dude, let me get you that stat right now.
Was he the chance to knock out Ryan?
Devin Haney has 15 KOs out of his 31 wins.
So half of his fights, he's knocked out half his opponents almost.
Yeah. A lot of the ones he hasn't knocked out are a lot of high level people.
Yeah.
Even though I think his last fight. Oh, this is a UD. Okay. Jeez. So far back, he just has a bunch of UDs recently.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, dude. He doesn't finish fights anymore.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
He was coming up. He was laying people out.
Sorry to turn the page, but I really want to talk about this, okay? Can we talk about the tribal chief a little bit and what's going on in that industry over there?
Man, WrestleMania right now is looking phenomenal, dude. I thought 39 was great, but this right here, we're about to have doing Seth, Cody, and Roman all working double time, bro. Both nights. Freaking Bailey, Io Sky, that's a good match. Randy Logan, that's a good match. I'm trying to think of the other ones. I can't really think of them, but the main ones we got are the tag match, The Rock Roman versus Cody Seth, and then Seth versus Drew, and then Cody versus Roman, which I thank you, Red Jet. But I'm feeling I don't know who's going to win the tag match. Like I just wasn't expecting that match whatsoever. And I don't get the reason for it because it doesn't make sense a little bit. But it's going to be a great match regardless. But honestly, what I can foresee happening is, especially since Seth after WrestleMania has to take time off, I think Drew beats him for the World Heavyweight title. So now that Drew can finally get his WrestleMania moment, but then all of a sudden music hits, Damian Priest runs out, cashes in, steals the belt from him, and he gets his moment taken away again. So then now you have Priest and Drew feud for a couple months while Punk and Seth both heel and then come back. And then there's just it's at this point, like a 90, maybe 80% chance Cody wins and finally
Is it
ends
that
Roman's
high
run.
though?
I feel like it has to be, dude, because what do you do with Cody if he loses, dude?
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing that's stopping me. But I don't know. I don't know. I just have a feeling, dude. I think Cody's gonna win. But, I could definitely see them keeping the belt on Roman.
I could see it too.
I feel like their whole plan was thrown off because everyone wanted Cody in WrestleMania so bad. So if the plan was for Roman to hold it for another year anyway, then he could still it could still get to that point.
Dude, I don't know. I just feel like if Cody were to lose, I would not want to sit through another year of Cody talking about finishing the story, dude.
Yeah, no. If Cody loses, somebody else has to take the belt off of him. Yeah,
who even would that be? We have Seth could potentially do it. I think Jey Uso is a big also name, to be the one to do it because of already their story and everything.
What if Seth turns on Cody? Like, that's what some people I've heard talk about.
I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, we could also see, even though I'm sure Damien's going to cash in on the World Heavyweight, we could see
That's what I was thinking, bro.
Damien
Like,
cash in.
What if Cody beats Roman and then he gets cashed in on immediately? That'd be a craziest turn of
Or
events.
even mid-fight, like towards the end of the match, kind of like in the same way Seth Rollins did, which towards the end of the match when they were both hurt, he just ran in there, hit his finishers, pinned, and ran out the belt. Damien did something like that, dude. I'm telling you right now, he's number one public enemy, number one heel in the WWE. Like, that would skyrocket him because he just first he'd be the reason for ending Roman's streak, and he would be the one from stopping Cody from getting his moment. That's two crazy things in one.
Yeah,
He would get a lot of hate for that.
There's no way he doesn't cash in.
Yeah,
I see him ruining Drew's moment probably though.
Yeah, because plus they already have prior rivalry kind of still brewing, cooking. So it makes sense.
What's going on with The Rock though?
He's in a tag team, really.
Is him and that's all that's going on right now. Even though I feel like I feel like Damien will cash in on Drew, and then I feel like Cody will win, and then The Rock might have something to do with that, and then I feel like that we're gonna slowly set up Rock Roman the main event SummerSlam.
Okay, but who do you think wins the tag match for the Bloodline rules? So
Dude, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think if Seth's gonna turn on Cody, we'll probably be in the tag match, and if that happens, then Rock and Roman probably win, which allows the Bloodline to be involved. And then I could also see Rock turning on Roman
Potentially,
and costing Roman the belt.
Huge egos,
dude. Because I love the tag match just for of what it is. I don't really like the stipulation because, to be honest, I want the Bloodline to be there in that main event. And the reason I want them there is because I want Cody to overcome all of them trying to stop him from beating Roman. It'd be awesome to see Cody go in there and be able to do it with Bloodline there.
Yeah, because I mean, like all of Roman's recent title wins, like they always result in the Bloodline coming in, so it'd be a great story for the Bloodline to interfere and Roman to still lose.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All right, we got some NFL things to talk about now, and I want to start here with Russell Wilson being released. You know, where do we think he should go? I mean, I was thinking about a couple spots. First of all, I was thinking about the Raiders potentially. I like that for him. But really, I was kind of thinking about, because since we were talking about the draft earlier, Rob, and like what Pat should do, and you were saying, honestly, potentially even take Marvin Harrison Jr. or even something. But even like if they did do that, if they decided to draft Marvin Harrison if he's there, and then maybe they sign Russell Wilson to a year deal, or if they draft someone like Drake May, or if Jaden Daniels is there, and then sign him still for like a year or two so that they can sit their rookie for a bit. I like that for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Russ would be a good bridge quarterback. But honestly, I think he goes to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. That's the hot talk.
I think they got weapons. Their defense, obviously, really good. So, like, if they could get a competent offense, which I think Russ still has the talent to do, they're gonna be right back in playoff contention.
I agree with Rob. I think Russ is definitely a Pittsburgh Steeler in the 2024 season. I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it's that far fetched to say he already is, but we'll see. There's been talks about it even from last year, because they had 4 starting quarterbacks last year. Similar to the Browns, we have 5, and luckily for the Browns, we feel like we still have a franchise guy Over there in Pittsburgh, they don't. They don't feel like they have one guy that they can trust at helm to run the show. So they're definitely searching for a franchise quarterback, and it's a perfect scenario for both parties.
Well, do we think Russell Wilson is still a franchise guy?
I mean,
he's later in his career. I do think he's still good for sure. But is he a franchise guy now?
I wouldn't say franchise, but
franchise is a hard label to put on a quarterback. There's only a couple franchise quarterbacks, but can he lead a team to win with a Mike Tomlin with Mike Tomlin as your coach and having an elite level defense with TJ Watt usually? I think he could do that. I think he could do that. I think in the playoffs, they could definitely make a run with a quarterback like Russ. And think about it. If Russ ever gets back to the playoffs, think about how hungry that man was going to be to do something, because he was this close to having a Super Bowl ring. This close from
he already has one.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is right. I was thinking he had one. He was this close from having another Super Bowl ring. And you know what? The one he probably lost probably hurts way more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, than the one that he won, simply because of how it happened. And it's on him. It was on him. So
I don't know. I feel like it definitely he did throw that pick, but why would you call?
Right.
Why would you try to pass?
It's on him and Pete Carroll. But the fact
I'm not gonna blame the pick on him, because that's like the only receiver you can throw to.
It was a great play. It was a great play, but it should have never been thrown. It should have never been thrown.
So you got Marshawn Lynch. Run that ball. I don't care if you're now 4th down. Run the ball.
Most people don't realize this either. The play before that, Lynch just got 6 yards on a carry. 6. And now they need 2.
Wasn't Marshawn talking about how Pete did it to like spite him?
Yeah, he was talking about that on the Shannon Sharp show. He was saying that he felt as if him and Russ and Pete had like they were like too close to each other. He felt as if Pete babied Russ, and that he said, literally in his words, he said he wanted Russ to be the hero.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this. I remember seeing him. Pete and Marshawn had a whole big dilemma that year where they didn't like each other. So it really does make sense that Pete didn't want the guy who was running in his Super Bowl touchdown, because then who would have got all the credit? The very dude that he doesn't like, rather than his franchise quarterback that he loves. Which is why it makes sense to me. I'm not saying that's completely true, but that theory makes sense.
I just think, dude, not liking someone is one thing. Like if I'm a coach, I got this player. He's a loudmouth. He talks a lot. I don't really rock with him, but I understand how high level he is at his position. As a coach, I can't just now just try to tear him down, because you got to still think clear. So what if you don't like each other? Shaq and Kobe didn't like each other, and they won 3 rings together. Freaking don't like Marshawn, win another Super Bowl, bam. Now you look like a legendary coach. Yeah.
And he said, I remember seeing his interview about it. They asked him about why. And he was saying it was because the play call was dependent on the Patriots defense. He was saying I remember him saying the Patriots came out in goal line formation with 3 DBs or something like that. They came out in goal line formation, even though they had 3 receivers out there or something like that. And he said he had never seen that. And then Patriots, they showed like both sides of it when I'm watching. The Patriots had a play just for the Seahawks, and which is why it's like a crazy thing to see. Appreciate it, Red Jet. But
yeah, you heard her. Go like and sub. Go like and sub.
Sorry, I'm kind of yapping.
No, you're good.
But
you're good.
He was literally just saying how the reasoning was literally based off the play of the defense. It had nothing to do with Marshawn. Had nothing to do with Russ. And he literally just felt like that was the best play for them. And he was saying, because like, you know how teams, when you run it, if you don't get the first down, the clock keeps running. He was saying he wanted to throw it because in case of an incompletion, the clock would have stopped. And I don't know.
To be fair, I think they had 1 timeout, 2nd down. So if they do run it, they do have to use their last time out.
Hey, exactly. And that's what he's saying. But it's like, Give the ball.
What was the score? What was the score when that play happened?
They were down
Patriots were up 4.
4. Yeah,
They were up 4.
They were up. Yeah, they're up 4. Yeah. Patriots were up 4.
Oh, Patriots were up 4. Okay.
Yeah, it was the last play of the game. They just needed out after that.
Yeah.
That's why they couldn't take 3. That's why. Yeah, that score is so.
I don't care. Run it or try to do a trick play.
I mean, I wouldn't even do a trick play. I would just run the ball.
I mean, that's what I would do too. But if you're really that mad, like I don't know.
And then, like Rob just said, you only have that one timeout.
I'm
not
I just
throwing
think
the ball
Marshawn Lynch is that guy.
I'm not throwing the ball there. I'm giving the ball to my player. 2 plays in a row.
How much time was left exactly?
I think it was 20. I think it was 20-some seconds. I'll go look.
They had time to probably spike it too.
Yeah, they definitely had. But the thing is, if you spike it, you put yourself on 4th down.
You lose it down. What's that? Why the fuck can I think of his name? Who picked that ball off?
Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler. That's right.
He just retired today, actually. Shout out, Goat. Yeah.
Shout out.
That's Super Bowl playing history, bro.
Oh, there's still a minute left in the game. Actually, that's plenty of time.
If they score, Brady might tie this game and send it to OT anyway.
Hey, never mind. That's the stupid of it. It was showing the highlight. There was 25 seconds. That's what I thought. 20-some seconds. Yeah. 25 seconds. The play got hiked at 25. So yeah, you definitely
they were at the 2-yard line. I don't know. Hey man, it led to one of the best moments in football. So
yeah,
yeah.
And that pick was amazing.
You know what's even crazier? Like the videos that showed them practicing.
Yeah, practicing it, and he didn't make the play. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I just wasn't gonna. It's so crazy.
Well, let's talk about some news that also happened this week. As a Browns fan, I'm pretty excited. Judy coming to Cleveland. I think that's an exciting 1-2 punch on the wide receivers. Now, is Elijah Moore still here?
Yeah, but
dude, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore, David Njoku. Watson's got targets this year.
You don't got an excuse, bro. You got Nick Chubb coming back if you keep him.
And even then, we still have Hunt and Jerome Ford.
You don't think so? He got injured early in the season, though.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I think I heard that he'll be back for week 1.
Did you? Where'd you hear that at?
I don't know. I saw it somewhere on what was it? Instagram.
I mean, I hope so.
Probably.
I sure hope so.
They said the injury didn't damage any nerves or anything. Like that's what they were worried about.
Right. Well, if he is healthy, do we even risk playing him in any preseason game? Because some teams play starters.
Honestly, I'd let him. I'd literally
maybe the last
have one drive.
Just get him a feel before the season starts.
Yeah, I'd do it in the last preseason game.
This man's a pro at running the ball, bro. He
doesn't need reps. He doesn't need reps, right? I agree.
Honestly, even if things go wrong with Chubb again, we still have Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, and
gone, I think. Isn't he?
Here's my prediction. I'm pretty sure
he's still here, actually.
Here's my prediction about our running back situation. If the Browns don't have Nick Chubb back, Alvin Kamara is a Brown. Calling it.
If that happens, though, they're just going to cut Nick Chubb because they're already talking about maybe cutting Nick Chubb or Amari Cooper to free up all that cap. Mm-hmm. So if they get another running back, Nick Chubb.
As much as I love Nick Chubb, obviously I want Nick Chubb over Kamara, but if he's still injured and it's looking like a bad injury, I would happily take Kamara as a replacement. Obviously, I love Chubb. He's from Cleveland. I love him. He's from my heart.
I mean, yeah, as a replacement if things go wrong, for sure.
Kamara, he would be a high-level guy. And he brings a little more than Chubb in terms of other aspects of the game. Like obviously, Chubb is a more pure runner and can get some more yards after contact and stuff like that. But in terms of doing like out the backfield, running routes from the slot, Kamara can do all that.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Jerry Jeudy, though. That's what this was about.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
a 5th and a 6th is honestly a good deal. I just like how the Browns aren't complacent because like they have a good roster, but it just keeps keeps seeming like they need something. So they go get a younger guy in Jerry Jeudy who showed talent, and he doesn't have to be the one. And he has someone like Amari Cooper next to him
to teach him a little bit.
You have an O-line, you have a run game. Like this should be a good spot for him.
It seems like they don't want to be that team that just is talked about having a great roster and then not being able to do anything with it. They want to fill their holes right now.
Yeah. I think we have to give the credit here really to our GM, Andrew Berry. I think that man is a savant at his job and probably the best GM in the entire league. I think there's only been one real deal that I've seen him do. I mean, think about it. He's gotten 3 receivers now for like a bag of chips. He got Cooper for nothing. He got Odell for nothing, which that didn't pan out. But now he just got Jeudy for a 6th and a 7th or a 5th, 6th, whatever it is. Two low round picks basically. And there's only one deal that I kind of like scratch my head, and it's that Deshaun deal. And that's just in retrospect, it kind of looks iffy.
Yeah.
That's the only deal that Barry's done, but everything else, that man is.
I mean, in the moment, that Deshaun deal seemed like
amazing.
I mean,
because
it looked good, but even then, you think about it. The GMs were mad because that was the first time any GM had ever given a quarterback fully guaranteed money for that much money. Like for that much money, you're getting fully guaranteed. The GMs hated that. I remember seeing like
there's a reason it's not fully guaranteed, bro. Look where it's at. That's why they never do that. First barely played.
Exactly. Which is why so many GMs were annoyed. That's what I'm saying. Which is why I think it was kind of a miss on the contract. But I do still like 4, and I feel like he'll lead us. So we'll see.
And then Mac Jones got traded.
Yeah, to the Jags.
Actually?
Yeah. To the Jags.
He's gonna ride as a backup now. Wow.
For like a 5th rounder, I think. Something like that.
I feel like riding as a backup's good for him though, for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. For a year probably, and then see what he can do somewhere that he could be.
Our position is a good coordinator to help develop too.
Yeah. We're starting to run a little low on time here, so I want to jump right into talk a bit about Caleb Williams for the time we have. And I think last week we already touched on the combine, but I want to talk about there's a lot of different things that could happen with this draft. I mean, I feel like he's going to be good. I don't know how good. I don't know if he'll be as good as people say, at least right off rip. But what do we think happens? Like, where do we think he's going to end up? What plays can teams make to potentially get him? Even though it looks like the Bears are at this point like 90% getting him, I still don't think they should. I still think they should keep Justin, get Marvin Harrison, or even try to trade to the 2nd or 3rd pick to get some more assets and then still get Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's what I think they do.
And then also, because I had a mock draft. I did a mock draft. I sent it to my dad. I don't know if I sent it to you guys, but what I did, I literally traded that first pick to, I believe it was the Patriots, and I just drafted Marvin Harrison. And then a little bit later on, I also drafted Bo Nix to sit behind Justin Fields.
Bo Nix, I don't know about Bo Nix. I mean, he was very hyped up, but like, kind of fell off.
I feel like he's a guy. He'd be a good guy to let sit and develop.
But like Fields is young though. Like, how long is he going to be sitting and developing for? Fields is a young QB.
Well, I don't know. Well, that's why you see if things will pan out with Fields. Still, the way, even though he's shown so many times that it will pan out, that he will be a top QB, but I don't know. It's tough to gauge.
The only problem with that, what pick do the Patriots have? 3 or 4?
3.
Are we sure Harrison's not even going to go in the top 2?
I don't think he's going to Washington.
Commanders are going to take a QB.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, he probably will go 3. Okay.
Which I think Harrison might be the best player position wise. Just QB is more important, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think position for position, Harrison might be the best.
Yeah.
out of
And
the whole draft.
And honestly, it really depends how the Patriots are feeling. Like, especially they just got rid of Mac Jones. Who knows? Their plan could be right now to go sign somebody or go trade for somebody while they draft like someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. Or they could just be set on, we just got rid of Mac Jones. Let's go get another young QB.
Hey man, we were interested in Baker.
Patriots.
You were interested in getting Baker?
Yeah, but
So
I think he's signing with Tampa.
Yeah, he is. Which I think that's good for him. That's a good spot for him. Good environment for him and everything.
Mike Evans both resigned, so kept that together.
Yeah.
But keeping the subject on Caleb Williams. If Chicago does draft Caleb, what's next for Justin?
I mean, people were talking about, I forgot to bring that up earlier when we were talking about Russell Wilson. People were talking about Pittsburgh going to get Justin Fields themselves and him going there.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
I just think the Bears aren't going to make the mistake again. I think they're just going to take Caleb.
Yeah,
he's getting compared to Mahomes, dude. You can't pass up on that.
If
he doesn't pan out, he doesn't pan out. But
I feel like it's kind of repeating the same situation, to be honest.
A couple years ago, the Bears picked Mitch Trubisky in the same draft that I'm pretty sure it was Josh Allen, or there's another highest
and Allen, I think.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And they don't want to make that
same mistake. Trubisky got drafted in 2018.
They don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to make that same mistake, which is what Rob's saying.
What round was that?
You can't do that two times in a row.
It wasn't the first.
I think it was
because the first Baker got drafted. Josh Rosen, Josh Allen,
round or first or pick.
Sam Darnold, round. It wasn't the first round. There was 5 QBs that got drafted the first round that year.
Maybe it's 2017.
He was 2017. Yeah, it was 2017. Year before that. Okay. I mean, Mitch wasn't terrible.
I mean, he was still in the league.
He had some good moments. He had a lot of good games, good moments. He just wasn't. He's just not that guy.
Yeah, not at all. Compared to Mahomes and Allen's, no.
Oh man, I mean, but I feel like you're bringing Caleb into the same situation. You just a tiny bit better situation than you brought Justin Fields in.
But it's like you say that, but the situation in Kansas City isn't elite right now. The person who makes it elite is that guy playing quarterback.
I just don't.
And the coaching, but
there's no guys like they don't have. The Bears don't have a defense like Kansas, which
but
I'm not saying it's great, but it's good, and they don't have someone like Travis Kelce either.
Okay, but listen, what team that is drafting that high for Caleb Williams is going to have a good situation?
A good situation for him?
Yeah.
I mean, Patriots.
We don't have weapons right now, though. We're not helping him out at all.
I mean, the Bears only got DJ Moore, Cole Kmet too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have, but at least they have a guy. Like, DJ Moore's their guy, so.
Okay, Dom, listen to this, Dom. Chicago, the Chicago Bears saying that he's not going to be in a much better situation. The Bears have the 5th highest cap space left in the entire league with $62 million, tied for 4th, honestly. So they're really top 4 in the league in cap space. And they also have the 1st pick, the 9th pick, a 3rd round, 2 4th rounds, and also a 5th round. And that's plenty of room to work with.
I mean, yeah, and I think the 9th pick they do go that offensive tackle. I forget his name.
Alignment.
Joe Alt.
Maybe
he looks like a Hall of Famer.
I don't know if he's gonna fall to 9, bro. Dude, something about these linemen with the name Joe, dude. They
should do that. They should do that or get that edge. That edge rusher, I forget his name too.
The dude on the chop.
There's one from Bama who's a dog.
The Chop Robinson get drafted this year or last year?
No, he's getting drafted next year.
Because he got hurt.
Dude, but I just think about it like this. Say the Bears make a trade to get a couple things, and then they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Now you have Justin Fields lined up with a decent Cole Kmet. DJ Moore showed some good things this year. He didn't look too consistent, though, but he showed a lot of good stuff. And now Marvin Harrison Jr. and then you also build up that O-line a little bit and that defense, I feel like that's a dangerous team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm about to check.
But I do need to get your guys' last thoughts because we are at the end here.
All right.
So what are your guys' last thoughts on this matter?
My last thoughts.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You good.
I was just gonna say this makes a lot of sense. I was checking the mock drafts just now, and they have Brock Bowers as the Bears' second pick, which makes a lot of sense. You pair a quarterback with a tight end, both best of their class, and makes it just that'd be a great building point.
Wait, hold on. Does Cincy draft before that 9th pick?
No. Oh, they might actually.
Because a lot of people are talking about Cincy taking Brock.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think they go with either a lineman or Brock Bowers is basically a receiver at tight end.
Cincinnati's 18.
He can do a lot, so that'd be a good pickup if they do go Caleb.
Mm.
All right. What are your final thoughts, Rob?
I think top 3. I think Caleb goes. I think Commanders take.
I think they grab Daniels.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they were really interested in May, and I think it comes down to the pro day, who does better. And then I think the Patriots will take the last of the top 3 QBs, whoever's left. And then that means Marvin Harrison's falling out of the top 3, which is crazy.
Nobody's saying this. I know I didn't say this in my final thoughts. I'm sorry, but I think this dude has shot up these mock drafts like crazy. I've never seen anything like it. I think McCarthy goes number 2.
No.
TJ McCarthy, you think he jumps that high?
I've seen that, but there's no way.
I can definitely see it happening. I think he has the best intangibles in terms of the QBs past Caleb Williams. So we'll see.
He played for the best team in college, though.
And he looked really good.
He did, but he also had an elite run game. Like, you can't just game plan for him.
It's not even that far-fetched to say that he's the greatest Michigan quarterback of all time. And I hate Michigan.
I don't know. Hey, Mac Jones looked good in college, too, man.
And Mac Jones looked good his rookie year. He just fell off. He didn't have an offense. I mean, I can't even blame Mac Jones for having a fall-off career. Look at his weapons, dude. Look at that offense. It was putrid.
It's just mentally for him, really.
Well, my final thought is I'm still sticking with what I've been riding with. I think Bears should give Marvin Harrison Jr. keep Fields, but I don't know. It's coming soon. We're gonna see what goes down. I'm excited to see. I've had a great time today with Dante and Rob talking about WWE, UFC, boxing, NFL, and a bunch of different things. It's always great having you guys on here. Yes, appreciate everyone that has been tuned in today. Appreciate Red Jet for being heavily involved in talks. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next week on Sunday. It'll be me and my dad, Beer Cave, and BK. I think his name BK. Back again. And so we'll see you guys then.
Peace.